We are staying in Florida. Kathy Slayton, you're up.
Hey, good afternoon, Chris. Thank you so much for sharing your message, your story. I have a friend. I wish that she had heard this sooner because she unfortunately is no longer with us because of issues with addiction. And so, but here's my question. So prior to the episode that you mentioned in this past December, were you having, was there any suicidal ideation, or was it something, or was this just mainly prompted, was this mainly prompted through the issues with addiction, or is there a dual diagnosis there from the DSM-5 that you've been told about?
Great question. First of all, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What's your friend's name who lost her battle to addiction through suicide? First name is fine. And how do you keep her legacy alive?
So, yeah, so it wasn't through suicide. She actually just drank herself.
Okay.
So it wasn't anything that was obviously purposeful, but actually, I think we all do things with intent, whether we know it or not. So she, I think, had a lot of hidden issues with childhood trauma and abuse. But anyways, you never know it. And but anyways, her name is Jody.
And how do you keep her legacy alive?
You know, by telling everybody how great she was. I have pictures of her. You don't see them behind me here, but I have pictures of her through our time at FSU, and just, you know, we talk about her a lot, and, you know, even though she's no longer with us, but it is hard because she just, you know, she unraveled before we could even do anything about it, and she had a lot of enablers around her. But to hear you talk about this and be on the other side of it is very encouraging. I just, you know, I just wish it, you know, for some people it's just too late. Yeah.
We thank you for sharing that. Jody, amazing. I hope her legacy lives alive through you for as long as you're alive and longer. Did I have suicidal ideation before my non-suicidal self-injury? Never. I'm just a crier surrounded by enablers, and hitting, cutting, scratching, banging is all I've ever known how to do. I used to drive to a parking lot when I was a kid, and I just beat myself up, and I'd beat myself to a bloody pulp, and then I'd blame it on a gang of minorities or something. You know, I say that in a respectful way. I would literally blame it on someone who I perceive to be less than me. That's like the worst human quality a person could ever be. And so, you know, I was really fucked up with that. And so these non-suicidal self-injury episodes have popped up my whole life. I've always been a cutter, always been a burner, always been a scratcher or a headbanger, you know, poke holes in things. It was just never this close to the source, to the point of no return. Yeah, I'm still an addict. Of course, once an addict, always an addict. I think it's the most beautiful part about me and the worst part about me. My ADHD, I was put on amphetamines at the age of 5. Literally, like, I was a wild child. And so at the age of 5, they gave me 86 milligrams of Adderall. If anybody's ever known of like kids pulling an all-nighter to study in school, they're taking like 5 to 10 milligrams. I was on 86. So I physically don't remember my childhood. That's why I do psychedelic assisted therapy, so that I can remember the good moments. But suicidal ideation was never a part of it. Addiction has always been a part of it. But I think that that's actually like what makes me really good at what I do. My ADHD is my superpower. My ADHD, maybe doesn't allow me to focus linearly on things, whether it's a career path or like a task in front of me. But my ability to see things in the periphery using my ADHD, using my addiction, I think is what makes me a brilliant facilitator. I think it's what makes me able to pivot and see opportunities in the horizon, for sure.
Yeah, so no, I totally get it. Absolutely 100%. So just really quick follow-up and I'll, is there like an MDD anything like that, that kind of parlayed into,
I'm not knowledgeable about what I've been diagnosed with to answer that question.
oh, okay. I was just curious, just wanted to kind of connect the dots. Yeah, thank you.
What is
Appreciate it.
MDD? Medical grade depression?
Major depressive disorder.
Yeah, I have not put myself recently through a psychiatric evaluation to be able to do that. Yeah, I just think I'm overall a pretty great guy. I don't think I hate myself the most. I think other people are certainly more down on themselves than me.
Yep.
So I don't think I have the depths of the disease. I just think with my addiction and combining addiction with an alcoholic evening and then combining that with a non-suicidal self-injury thought can lead to really bad results. And I think that's what I was stuck with.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
Of course. Thanks for
Appreciate
asking.
it.